So, it's the 1st of April. I've taken 2 losses on my 50k phase one. Sorry, I'm quite sick, so bear with me. But yeah. So I took 2 losses today. One on EU and one on US30. So let me break down how I lost these two, and I'll explain everything, and hopefully I can learn from my mistakes. So with EU, this was not the trade that I got into. I wish. Get rid of this. Okay. So let's go. So quick analysis. We had all of this trend line accumulated. We were internally bearish. On EU, you can see we're internally bearish on a higher time frame in order to tap into some inefficiencies, and then now we're bullish, right? We're bullish to sweep up all of this trend line. Now, whether our price wants to mitigate deeper into these inefficiencies or it wants to push up and sweep all of the trend line right now after tapping in slightly, God knows, right? I don't know. But I was trading as if price was going to carry on going up and sweep all of that trend line. So I can show you what happened today. So well, let's look at the 5 minute actually. Obviously, after tapping in, it's pushed up. I guess you can see it's chopped to the upside, showing signs of bullish pressure. And then I've had this zone marked out, which currently is respecting. So in the buyers are in control, right? Like right now at least. So I try to sell in order to go to that 5 minute zone that I was talking about. This one right here, which was looking clean. So I wanted to try to sell to that zone. And there was this SMT that I had marked out, which I knew was going to get induced because it was a low that didn't lead to anything. SMT, right? Do not extend, right? Yeah, you can have a look at this. This whole zone did not lead to anything. So therefore, I knew it was just liquidity, and you can see it's relatively equal lows right here. So on the day, okay, cool. So London Open, what am I looking at? I've marked out the Asia high and the low. Lows get swept immediately, and I'm looking for. So I'm looking whether to look for sells or buys, and you can see this little, looks like a consolidation phase. Let me remove this actually. You can get a better view. It looks like a consolidation, but really and truly what happened was it pushed down. So it was making lower highs, lower lows. And then we got the push up, change of character, then breaking structure, which looks like it would be a good zone for buys. Which it was a good zone for buys. Let me show you. And then after this year, it then changed character to the downside. And then pushed back up. So then, yeah, no. Okay, so lower high, lower low, lower high, lower low, then changing character to the upside, higher high, higher low, higher high, and then breaking this low, and then breaking this high, and then breaking this low. It's a bit confusing, but what I failed to realize was that price tapped into this zone before tapping into mine. So buyers were in control, which I failed to realize. until it was all over. I had this class that's unintentional movement. All of this grab off liquidity. In fact, I had this marked out as my unintentional movement, but obviously it didn't sweep all of it just yet, right? So what happened was we had to go up. So we changed character over here. We had got tapped in. We ran 2R, but it didn't break this low. It didn't fail to break this low. You can see it held, and then it reversed on me and stopped me out for 1%, which was quite annoying. So yeah, for this trade, I'd failed to realize that that buyers were in control in this case. And to be honest, there was no reason why buyers should have been in control, to keep it real. However, it is really and truly it's an invalidation model, right? It taps into a demand before it tapped into my supply. Therefore, don't enter the trade. And I know that concept, but I just failed to see it at the time. I don't know why. I think it was because it was the live markets. I just failed to see it. So unfortunately, I got stopped out due to that silly little issue on my behalf. Fine. So price pushed up. Must have reacted off of the supply from the Asia high, showing sellers were in control. Then dropped, tapped into my zone that I was trying to trade to, and has started to react from there. If it holds, God knows, perhaps it can mitigate deeper. That's what I'm hoping for. Anyway, get like 5% of my zone. So hopefully tomorrow we can get something like this. It can calm down, mitigate deeper, and then react. We're bullish. Hopefully I can catch that move. But again, God knows, right? So I only trade what happens, innit? I don't try to predict anything. I mean, of course, if you're buying and selling, you're predicting us. But I don't like what I see is what I trade. Does that make sense? Anyways, why the market's closed right now? Am I tweaking? Today's Tuesday. Why's the market's not moving? Oh, okay. For some reason, GU is not moving. EU is. Anyways, let's get into US30. Cool. So I believed we were bullish on US30. I mean, like, it barely tapped into my higher time frame zone over here. It did, but you can't. This isn't a very good representation of the zone. Anyways, you can see it started to move very bullish, and all it took was 1 day's price action to prove me wrong. That move was crazy. But now, like today, yesterday and today we were quite bullish. Yesterday was a crazy bullish move. So, today I was looking for sales, I'll be honest, which so I was looking for sales that was like a reaction from this whole inefficiency from yesterday, from Friday. This move downwards from Friday, I saw it as one massive inefficiency, and I wanted to see price today. So you could see from yesterday, price had taps into the inefficiency, then fell, and then changed character. So then I wanted to see price retrace, then pull back, and tap in and fall. So initially I had 3 zones marked out for today to sell from, which was these 3. Now this one, there was actually some equal highs that a friend of mine helped me see. I didn't even see it myself, but I don't think I would have entered a trade from here anyways. Some equal highs with here and the actual zone itself. So I said, you know what? No, it's not going to tap into there. Cool. So then it was left with these two zones. Now you can see this one got induced, and this was the one that I tried to trade. It was quite jarring. I entered this trade, but I only ended up risking like 0.5% on this, and then I got induced. I got completely wiped off the map with this one. Yeah, that was 0.5% down. I think I believe that was my first trade on US30, which was quite annoying, but it's okay. So yeah, so then price did come over here eventually, and by then I'm not gonna lie, I was too scared to enter another trade because I was already down 1.5%, and I was like, you know what, no more trades. And you can see it. Do you know what it is? It's like it induced it by the tiniest bit, and then decided to fall for like flipping 1 billion off. I'm like, yeah, decided to fall. This is, I'm assuming it's like 7, 8 R. Let me have a look. Yeah, like 8R, 8.5. But then obviously, if you did set your limits correctly, you would have actually, bro. If you got stopped out and then it done like this, bro, you would have been punching the air. So I guess I'm kind of lucky I didn't set my limits because I could have got stopped out and watched price fall. Then I'd be really pissed. My psychology would be everywhere. I don't even be able to control myself. I'll probably blow the account. So I guess everything happens for a reason, right? But yeah, currently 5% down in the account. Nah, my MT5 is straight reds, man. A lot of red. I don't know, man. It's just all reds. I'm actually like, I'm quite disappointed, man. But do you know what I think it is? I think like, bruv, the month, like, not even to be an excuse maker. I don't like to make excuses. You know what I mean? I just like to think that, you know, everything's your fault. You know what I mean? But a lot of the time, yeah, you know, after you have a very good month, you have an amazing month, right? And right after that month, you'll have like 2 months back to back that are just absolutely bad. Do you know what I mean? Or like 1 month that's absolutely, you know, of course, a winning streak can't last forever because then you'll be a gazillionaire, bruv. Do you know what I'm trying to say? So last month on my demo, I must have racked in like 20%, bruv, off of 2 US30 trades and 1 EU trade. 20%, I promise you. And this was risking correct everything, right? Now them trades, this is the issue. Them trades could have lasted me 3 bad months if it was actual money. Now I've made all of that on a demo. Then like 2 weeks after that, I've decided to get a funded account, and the price action is absolutely terrible. No, do you know what I mean? It's like, yeah, it's not very nice. It's quite annoying. But you know what, man? Again, I don't want to even blame price action because a lot of the time you need to be a good trader in order to survive during these kind of market conditions and thrive in these kind of market conditions. That's where it'll show if you're a good trader. That's where it'll make or break you. Clearly, man, it's breaking the flip out of me, man. Oh man, yeah, man. 5% drawdown is not a joke, but this is the power of man. One trade can make me back to break even, then slow and steady, man, just climbs my way up to 8R, then I'm done past the account. But it's not as easy as it sounds, man. It's not as easy as it sounds. Anyways, yeah, that's my life is. Goodbye.